pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll have a first down past the 40. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Matt Breida with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play in the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, you spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready? Check right 54. Light 54. It's going to be a long day for you. Check. You're out. Sponge. 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 No, no, no. Hey, Haywood. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Man out, man out, man out, man out. Shoot.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run. Devontae Freeman. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
65.
Get it. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Pass incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Breida. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And James has it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Breida, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Moore to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Come on, D. Check 43. Look at me. Go. Yo, go. Mike, go.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And some space here. A big run there by Freeman. 49 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Bravo! The ball, D. We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Rashawn Gary in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Hey, Mike 50. Mike 50. Hey, lock it.
Out of the gun, they give to Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Freeman. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Here we go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
I can't believe they even let you.
2nd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
3 and out. 4th down.
After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Score, Broncos 14, Chiefs 3.
Jack Fox now gets set to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line.
They're on 14-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got a field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go. 3 buzz.
Here's Freeman. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go. Mike's 50. Go. 50. Watch the curl. Watch the curls. 50's the Mike. 50's the Mike. Okay, double up, double up, double up, double up.
Hey, high 7. Go.
They'll set up to throw. Aguilar has it. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
Let's go. 70, Indy. Topper. Hey, orbit.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Rip right, rip right. Let's go, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Set a tone. Hey, look, 3.
80 weapon. Hey, Delta.
Hey, check, check.
Hey.
50. We ain't giving up nothing today.
Lightning.
They'll look to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. But it's going to be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey.
Check. Check 31, check 31.
Get it.
They toss to Freeman.
Let's go.
And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Watch a slant.
They'll drop to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Hey, wahoo! 5.
This is Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
James has got it. Complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Denver has a 1st down on the 15-yard play.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Back to throw here. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Watch the shift. Watch the shift. 22, jet cover. 22, jet cover. 52.
On second down, a run with Breida. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Undercrush, undercrush.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Chris Harris speeds in for the sack on the corner blitz. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Ready, break.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
Set 90, Wolf.
So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Down.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Strong right, strong right, strong right.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Freeman. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
2nd and 3. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
Because they have, you're right, they have had no room to breathe.
Check three, check three, check three.
Now.
They're going to look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
Go, go. Get it.
They're going to try and throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10.
They're not ready for this. They still
Leo.
Y'all playing the wrong football. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Now.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Let's go.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Look at me. Zipper.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
2nd and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Cyrus Jones picks it. The 40, 30, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will get him one closer. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Cyrus Jones picks it, and he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They run again with Breida. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. The kick by Maher is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
Different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Set. 10-2 soft.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. The linebacker, Ryan Shazier, there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there.
Freeman again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
We're back now in KC. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
That's where you belong.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Aguilar. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Go.
Hey, Sam off.
On 1st down, Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
50, Mike 50. Hey, defense, let's go. Mike 50.
Buzz.
Watch the run. Let's go, Mike.
Defense.
2nd and 9 now. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. D Ford just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
No, it's nothing.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
Yes.
54. Come on, D.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Mike 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Let's go. 60 or.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Tighten up. Tighten up. Pull it together.
Hey, foxtrot. Foxtrot. Go.
5-4. Mike's 5-4. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges. Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
Smoke.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
I'm coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's gonna miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Looking to throw. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down, Denver.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 37-yard line.
Wait. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's Bronco football as we get your reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. and that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and all of a sudden here, it's third down. They'll look to throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
His guys take over first and 10
Here we go, dear.
at the 32-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Check three.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Kill.
Second and 11. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. Trying to get it to Landry there. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Going for the deep ball. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
22. Check 99.
Snapping up, he's going to keep it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Check 53's Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop.
They'll try to run this one in. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual
it.
guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. The 20. And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
but some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
The extra point is good, but it only impacts the final score as this game comes to a close. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really. Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point? Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly. It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.